last episode, another murder happened and Chihiro was unfortunately killed. So between episodes, I kind of just did some preliminary investigations. I kind of compiled a list of potential suspects, and I'll go over them in a little bit. While I was going through this stuff, I came across rule number 10, which is loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. And I went back to one of my previous episodes when we first unlocked the pool area. And one thing that I found interesting is that Aoi asked Monokuma what happens if, like a girl unlocks the room and like someone sneaks in after them. And Monokuma said that they will be punished. So I'm thinking that if Chihiro died here in the locker room, then more than likely another female student had killed her, because a boy cannot sneak in after Chihiro, so Chihiro cannot have opened the door and then have a boy come in after her. So that couldn't have happened. I think the only way a boy could have done it is if this locker room isn't the actual like murder scene. So if Chihiro maybe died somewhere else, and then the boy used her handbook to unlock the locker room and stuff her inside here. I think maybe that's really the only way, as of right now, that I can see a boy doing it. But as far as we know right now, this, I guess, is the murder scene. She died in this locker room. So I'm thinking a female student did it. So with that being said, my prime suspect right now, we haven't really investigated the crime scene or anything, so these may change. But as of right now, my prime suspect is Toko Fukawa, the girl that passed out when she saw the body. I think it's her. Well, because she's crazy, right? But also, we kind of found out a while back that she seems to be in love with Byakuya, right? And so Byakuya kind of seems to be enjoying this little game of his. He seems to be enjoying it's like investigating and like wanting people to die and shit. He seems to be having fun with all of this. So I'm thinking Toko killed Chihiro. So that way she can kind of, please Byakuya, and so that way he can have his fun. Because she's in love with him. So I'm thinking maybe her. She's my prime suspect right now. The next one, I'm thinking maybe Celeste. She could have maybe done it. She did seem kind of really hesitant to not give out her secrets or whatever. When Monokuma tried motivating us, she kind of seemed really against it. So maybe she could have done it to protect her secrets. I think there have been a couple of times where she's kind of said some sketchy things. Talking about like survival and how you have to adapt and stuff like that to survive. So maybe her. She's my next suspect. Next one is Kyoko. Really, because we don't know too much about her. She's just, I don't know. Maybe she did it to protect her secret. Maybe same thing as Celeste. But really, we just don't know too much about her. And I don't think Aoi or Sakura did it. Sakura seemed really upset when she saw the body. So honestly, I don't really see them as killers. Maybe I'm wrong. so Byakuya can have his fun. I think that's why she did it. She's crazy. So anyways, with that out of the way, let's go ahead and start investigating and see if maybe some of my theories change or if I am correct. But as of right now, I'm thinking it's Toko. So let's investigate the dumbbell. There's a dumbbell on the floor, and this is a blood stain. There's a blood stain on the dumbbell. The monokuma file said a blow to the head with a blunt object is what killed her. Does that mean this dumbbell was actually the murder weapon? I don't imagine it could have been anything else. Okay, how heavy is that dumbbell? Because if it's like super heavy, then maybe Sakura could have done it. Because I don't really see Toko and really any of the other girls lifting like super heavy weights. But I don't think Sakura did it anyways, but whatever. There's a fresh blood stain on the carpet. It must have been splattered with blood during the murder. Okay. The poster's got some blood on it. It must have happened during the murder. Bloodlust. The word bloodlust is written on the wall in blood. What's the meaning behind it? Bloodlust. I can feel the life draining out of my own body. It's a dead body. Chihiro's dead body. But the more I look, the more strange it all seems. This must be Genocide Jack's handiwork. Well, but we're still not sure he did it. Is that what you want to say? I wonder about that. Okay, is that it? Okay. Maybe the... Oops, talk to him. If you have any time to talk, you have time to start investigating. I didn't want to talk to you, I wanted to see the camera. A surveillance camera. The mastermind must have been watching as Chihiro was killed. They know what's happened, and they're still forcing us to go through with this. Alright, let's talk to Kyoko. She took her time examining Chihiro's corpse. She poked and prodded, going over every inch of the lifeless body. You're a very strange woman, you know, being able to touch a dead body with absolutely no trouble. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard. It's like she can't even hear us. I use this locker room all the time. Now it's become the site of Chihiro's death. But why was she killed in the locker room? Actually, if you think about it, she could have been killed somewhere else, then carried here. Exactly what I was thinking. She was very light, that is true, but it wouldn't be hard for someone to carry her, but still. Okay, so like right now, like I said, she was killed here in the locker rooms. I'm pretty sure it had to be a girl. But if she was killed elsewhere, then one of the guys could have done it. So, I still think she came here on her own by choice. Yeah, what the hell was she doing out and about, like at 2 o'clock in the morning? What makes you say that? She'd been talking a lot lately about how she wanted to get stronger. That's true. That's true. So you're saying she came here to exercise. But according to the Monokuma file, apparently she was killed around 2 in the morning. Would she really have been exercising that late? Hina or myself are usually in the locker room during the day, so she was probably avoiding it then. Avoiding it. Although we invited her to join us more than once, she never showed up, so I can only assume she was trying to avoid us, and instead she came to exercise in the middle of the night. Perhaps, but it's difficult for me to imagine she would have come alone. She did want to start exercising, but she specifically mentioned she couldn't do it by herself. She needed support from others. Okay, so maybe the person she got help from and thought she can trust it is the killer. In which case, then yeah, it would have been a girl, because added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Dude had a real complex about being weak. You heard Chihiro talk about it, right? Oh, I need to get stronger. Yeah, I do remember she said that more than once. Sure did, which I guess explains the trip down here. But did you really need to get stronger that badly? You already mentioned it, but she was a girl after all. Most girls aren't all that strong. I don't know, man. I haven't really thought about that stuff. The cause of Chihiro's complex. I can't help wondering what it might be. Maybe something with their secret freaked her out, and she wanted to get stronger because of it. So that's why she just came down here, started working out so early in the morning. Mona's account has been added to the truth bullet section of her handbook. Now I believe it's about time for us to move on. Huh? Already? New clues won't magically appear by standing around here. We need to check every aspect of this case. That's true, but if you're satisfied, let's hurry up and proceed. He's so pushy, I got caught up with the wrong person this time. Okay. So, this is our next location. Huh, this place is related to the investigation. Figure it out for yourselves. It's no fun if you don't, right? I wonder, since these are like electronic logs, do they keep a log of like who was entering and at what time? Does it keep track of that stuff? If I remember right, this card reader is meant to work with our handbooks, right? Do you have an issue with it? If so, you should take it up with Monokuma. He said that, then quickly and sharply clapped his hands together. You called for me. Has he been domesticated? It seems that Makoto has a question for you. Sure, what's up? Well, it's just about this card reader. Yes, the card readers have all been designed to interface with each of your e-handbooks. You can only enter the locker room corresponding to the gender listed in your individual handbook. And it's impossible for two people in a row to go through while the door is unlocked, correct? Exactly what I was saying. If there were some sort of erotic terrorism on the prowl, the ceiling-mounted Gatling gun would initiate a Swiss cheese slaughter, and the school regulations prohibit anyone from lending someone else their handbook, correct? Correctly correct. So that means only girls can go in the girls' locker room, and only boys can go in the boys' locker room. In other words, Jido's body being found in the girls' locker room means, hey Makoto, I can see right through you. See right through me. Allow me to tell you what you're thinking. Since Jido was found in the girls' locker room, the killer must have been able to get in there. As such, the killer must be one of the girls. Did I get it right? Yes. Like I said, the only way it could have been a boy is maybe if they killed Chihiro somewhere else, stole her book, her e-handbook, and used that to get in. Or maybe they stole somebody else's e-handbook, not the girls. I know. Good lord, you're simple, but am I wrong? You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer's been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your e-handbook to another student is strictly prohibited. Loaning, but not stealing. Only the act of loaning a handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is perfectly fine. What's the difference between loaning and borrowing? It's the same thing, isn't it? Now, I would expect nothing less from the prodigal son of the noble Togami family, so you managed to sniff out the loophole in the regulations. Knowing you, I would bet you created it on purpose, didn't you, to add a little more excitement to things? God, you're treating me like a puny little appetizer instead of the main course that I am. Now then, since the dead can't actually talk, they're not people anymore, they're things. Get it? Got it? Good. Wait, hold on, you're saying that's a loophole, but in order to borrow something from someone, then that means someone would have to loan it, so, It's the same thing, isn't it? So sleepy. Just listening to you makes me want to pass out. Be more like Byakuya and get your poop together, or else I'll charge you with criminal negligence. No more questions, figure out the rest. Your own damn self. Well, I know you're unfortunately lacking the mental faculty, so I'll fill you in myself. Let's head to the main hall. That'll help you understand what's going on. Okay. We came to the main hall. So, what are we looking for here? Does that mean I have to figure it out for myself? The guns. Surveillance camera. Some gun tester. It's so chilling. The metal blocking entrance seems like some kind of machine. What's this? There's a mailbox here. Could there be something inside? It's an e-handbook. No, wait. There's 3 of them. But what are they doing here? Oh, are these, Sayaka's, Leon's, and Junko's handbooks? Ah, shit. So they could have taken one of these and used those to get into the girls' locker room. They could have used Sayaka's or Junko's. So you finally found them. Huh? Did you know these were here, Byakuya? I happened to find them by chance myself the other day. It seems there's a system in place where the handbooks of dead students get delivered to this mailbox. Damn, so it could have been a guy. He could have taken Junko's or Sayaka's handbook to get inside the locker room. Damn. Okay, so then these 3 handbooks belong to Junko, Leon, and Sayaka. You can go ahead and confirm it yourself. I immediately turned on one of the handbooks, and when I did, well, there goes my theory about it being a girl. I was still kind of open to the idea of it being a dude, but I didn't think they would have taken a dead person's handbook. I thought if anything they used Chihiro's handbook. Yeah, alright, this is Sayaka's handbook. Now do you understand? This is the key to the loophole that I revealed earlier. Yeah, I feel like I'm starting to get it. You should pay closer attention to the regulations. The answer has been in front of you the entire time. Loaning your handbook is prohibited. Borrowing someone else's is fine. Okay. I see. Yeah, now I understand. Been added to the bullet section. Okay, so now we need to create a suspect. We need to create a suspect list of all the guys. Now that it could have potentially been one of them. Hold on a second. What's wrong? That's strange. One of the handbooks won't turn on. Is it broken? Whose is it? The other handbook showed Junko's name when I started it up. Then the other that won't turn on must be Leon's, right? It would make sense, yes. After all, he did get pummeled with dozens and dozens of baseballs. Pummeled with baseballs. The memory of it came flooding back. That cruel punishment which led to Leon's death. The execution that the mastermind concocted. A cruel, heartless death. You're right. It wouldn't be surprising for the handbook to break during that kind of assault. Hey. What? That handbook is essential to student life here. Crucial, integral, instrumental, and a super big deal. There's no way it would break that easily. But it did. If I say it wouldn't break, it wouldn't freaking break. It can withstand up to 10 tons of pressure, and it's waterproof up to 100 meters, okay? I don't care how many baseballs you hit it with, it wouldn't do crap. Oh, but even my amazing handbook does have one single weak point. It does. But it's a secret. I wouldn't want you to go breaking any more handbooks. Okay, e-handbooks. Writing it down. E-handbooks have a secret weak point. is, right? Hard to say. You know what I think? I think his handbook isn't actually broken. But you might ask, how could that be? Is it like out of battery or something? Leaving the question hanging in the air, Monokuma disappeared. What just happened? Monokuma said it's not broken, but it's an undeniable fact that it's not turning on. Well, I don't see any connection to the case, so it doesn't matter for now. You think so? Either way, something about it still bothers me. Huh. Okay then, this should be enough to get things rolling. Let's begin our investigation in earnest and track down the true culprits. Yeah, we need to find out who killed Chihiro. To be exact, not quite. Huh, not quite. Anything else around here? No. And, what did you mean by that, Byakuya? To be exact, not quite. Certainly, I want to reveal Chihiro's killer, but more precisely, I want to discover the true identity of Genocide Jack. Then, you really think you truly believe Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro? Absolutely, I have no doubt that Genocide Jack is the culprit in this case. That murderous fiend is Genocide Jack, right? There's nobody else it could be. A murderous fiend who kills again and again using a bizarre and brutal method. They're like a ghost attacking suddenly, then slipping away before the police can catch up to them. And what nickname did the internet give to this mysterious serial killer, Genocide Jack? They say he's killed thousands of people, but that's gotta be an urban legend. Still, could one of us really be a demented, psychotic killer like that? You're not wrong to wonder. But words mean little right now. I have something that will prove it, and I can show you. Okay? What do you mean by that, back? Wait. And I have a basis to believe that. I assure you, Genocide Jack is one of us. What's the basis? There's somewhere I'd like to take you. This will provide all the evidence you need. Evidence that Genocide Jack is the one that killed Chihiro. Evidence to something like that, really. Hey, you two. Big trouble, need your help. We're busy, leave us alone. But it's an emergency. Emergency. Did somebody else die? Because they can kill up to 2 people. Come on, please, you gotta help me. Well, we will figure out and find out what happened next episode. That's gonna be it for this video. Things are starting to get spicy. I'm thinking maybe Toko got killed. Maybe. I don't know, she was my prime suspect in this case. But now that we know that a guy could have stolen the e-handbooks here, now one of the guys could have done it. I wonder what that emergency that Aoi is freaking out about. I'm assuming something with Toko. We did find out that a person can kill like 2 people. So maybe Toko died, but not sure. We'll find out next episode probably, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you